Let's talk about Suspense. Suspense accounts for credit card payments. I recently came across this from a client of mine, and I want to share this with you. I think it's a great little tool, great little workaround. It's the main thing about this is continuing your flow of work. Um, Bookkeeping is about getting a lot of transactions posted in the most accurate, efficient, effective manner. And I think having a suspense account while doing this is tremendously helpful. I'm going to show you how. Let's identify the problem. Suppose you're posting bank transactions from QuickBooks Online Banking. There are multiple credit cards under the same credit card provider. For example, let's say you're working on a set of books and this particular business has Chase credit card, not one, but two credit card accounts from Chase credit card. Let's say one is Chase Freedom and another is Chase Sapphire. Those are popular credit card accounts, right? Payments are made to these credit card accounts, but posting payments to the correct account may be difficult, especially when batch posting. You don't want to slow down and break the flow of work. So later on, I'm going to show you how that actually looks like in QuickBooks Online. For example, a bank detail for the payment says Chase credit card auto pay, but there's no detail on which credit card account it is for. So if you're going through the QuickBooks Online syncing menu, the window for that, and you're seeing a slew of transactions from the bank account, and you're seeing payments going out to Chase credit card for X amount of money on a certain date, but you have no idea which credit card it's going for, because if you misapply it, if you say one is for Chase Freedom and another is for Chase Five, but you don't really know with the information at hand. You could stop and review the credit card statement or review the downloaded transactions for that credit card, but that will stop your flow of batch posting transactions. I don't know why, but it is, I guess maybe it's not just me, maybe it's just human nature, and I've heard this from other accountants and bookkeepers, that when you're in the flow of a certain category, certain subcategory, like you're working on the checking account and you're trying to get all these transactions from the syncing feature to be posted into the books. You don't want to stop that. That moment, that workflow is golden. So you want to do whatever you can to keep that work going. As you're reconciling the credit card statements, you're finding errors on the payments posted, namely being applied to the wrong accounts. This causes frustration and feels like the work is brought to a complete halt, which is the worst thing. You just want to pull your hair while you're doing this. Introducing the Suspense account. Don't be afraid of the name. I like to sometimes look at accountingcoach.com. That is an excellent resource for learning about accounting concepts and principles, both basic and advanced. What is a suspense account? Definition of a suspense account. A suspense account is a general ledger account in which amounts are temporarily recorded. The suspense account is used because the appropriate general ledger account could not be determined at the time that the transaction was recorded. This is exactly why we're going to be using it. Moving on to, let's just quickly go through this example they have. An accountant was introduced to a record of a significant number of journal entries written by the controller of a large company. Unfortunately, there was one amount that did not have an account designated. In order to complete the assignment by the deadline, the accountant recorded the mystery amount in the general ledger suspense account. When the controller is available, the accountant will get clarification and move from that amount, move the amount from the suspense account to the appropriate account. Suspense account is just what it says in its name. It's held in suspense. It's there for temporary purposes. It's not there. It's not its home. It's not going to be its home. It's not intended to be its home. It's meant to be a hotel of sorts for transactions, just a temporary state. Before we go, let me show you how this exactly looks like in QuickBooks Online. I can get that. There we go. So here we are at my Purely for Testing Inc. business. We are now going to go to the banking window, and here we see the business checking account, and we see a whole slew of transactions. We sort that and take a look at how many transactions there are. Oh, look at all these goodies. Yum, 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 yum. Lots of vague debits and credits. Remember, this company is just purely for testing. The only transactions that I want to highlight are the Chase credit card auto pay. You can see that they're made on the same day each month. That's what this owner likes to do. This business owner likes to do. It's auto pay, so it's just scheduled to go out, and we have no idea which account is for. Now, we can always look for, log on to the Chase website, go through the transactions, maybe even sync it to QuickBooks Online here, look at the statements, whatever it is. But that breaks up the workflow that we have to do for all these transactions sitting here. So instead of trying to get this applied to the right credit card account, it's going to be Chase Freedom, it's going to be Chase Sapphire. No, we're going to avoid that whole can of worms, and we're going to create a Suspense account. I like to, it's good anywhere on the balance sheet. I like to put it as an other current asset. Current assets are something that should be alleviated. It's not meant for, it's definitely not a long-term asset. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're going to have a credit card Suspense. If you want to be more specific, you could say credit card payment Suspense. And the detail type doesn't really matter, so we're going to save and close, and that's where that goes. So we're going to add that baby right there. So this just completely solves your problem. You don't even have to think about it. Even QuickBooks is realizing the pattern here. Hey, we're going to see a credit card. We're going to see a Chase credit card auto pay. We're going to put that to credit card Suspense. Would you like to do that? Add that, and of course it's going to start asking for a rule, but I just want to show this to you. As you're going down, it's going to recognize this, and now you don't have to look up which credit card it's going for. Boom, it's going to the Suspense account. Kapow, get it done, move on, enjoy life. All right, so switching back over to the deck. There's got to be a better way to do this. Sorry for that. Don't fear the Suspense account. Bookkeeping in batches is extremely helpful for productivity, accuracy, work satisfaction. It gets you in the flow, especially there are a lot of transactions to post. A Suspense account removes the time and energy spent on problem solving and cross-referencing, along with the time and energy to get restarted in the batch posting process. Imagine if you're going through the bank transactions and you have to flip over to the credit card transactions, then you have to flip back. And it's just, it takes a reboot of the mind. It takes a refocus of the mind. That's just human nature, I guess. I hear that problem so often with a lot of different jobs, actually. Make sure you apply credit card payments from the Suspense account, not from a bank account, so that those transactions in that Suspense account can wash each other out. And when you go back to clean out that, however often it is, whether you're going to clean it up every week, every month, every quarter, every year, however that's appropriate to that business. Yeah, that's the most important part at the end, and that's how you know you're using that Suspense account properly, because you're seeing all these lovely debits and credits coming in that's canceling each other out. My name is Thomas Kim, Senior Bookkeeper at Tabular LLC here in New York City. Drop me a line if you have any more questions, or if you're an accountant, a CPA who needs help in terms of cleaning up the books for one of your clients, or if you're a small business who could use my advice. My email is tk@tabularhq.com. Thank you.